The key to a successful sew-in starts with your foundation, and for this installation I braided my hair in a beehive pattern. I went ahead and I took this black lace netting and I made sure the material covered all of my braids from the front to back and side to side, taking my thread and stitching the mesh netting down on the perimeter braid, avoiding the one closest to my nape, just because I find sewing a track down to this braid really weighs my hair down and it causes my braids to slip, and I really want my sew-ins to last, so I'm just going to avoid this braid altogether. Once my netting is sewn down flat, I trim the remainder netting to prepare for a flat and neat installation. At this point, this is what my base looks like. For this installation, I'll be using a closure from Pretty Vague. And I like to place my closure down 1 to 2 inches in front of my hairline. Before I go ahead and move forward, I do flip the hair back so I can have a clear visual of where I'm stitching. And to stitch the closure down, I'll be making an anchor to pull the closure down nice and flat, so I won't have to use any glue or any type of bondage to keep the lace flat. When you're sewing down a closure, it's ideal to have 2 needles if you can. After about 7 stitches, I went ahead and switched over to the other side to make sure it's flat, and doing it this way without 2 needles helps you pull the lace down flat, making sure you don't have any lumps or any bumps, and your closure lays really nicely. And I went ahead and I sewed the back down without pulling it, because pulling the back down will actually cause premature lifting on your closure, so make sure you guys keep that in mind. And once I'm done sewing the closure down, I make 2 security double knots to ensure that it stays in place. The bundles I'm using are Kingston Body Wave and Lynx 24, and then I have 2 26-inch bundles from Pretty Vague Hair. And from now until April 6th, you'll get a free closure with any purchase. Starting off with one of the 26-inch bundles, this is how long the wefts are doubled. I first like to see how long the bundles are before I decide if I want to keep them doubled or if I want to just go ahead and use them single wefted. And because these bundles were not all that long double wefted, I went ahead and undid them, and I sewn the first 2 tracks down with the single weft. To sew down the first track, I connect the stitch to the closure and secure it with the double knot. Because I'm avoiding the perimeter stitch on the nape area, I switched to the weft down on the braid above, and I find using my hands and fingers as guides help me navigate when I'm stitching the hair down in the back when I really can't see. The more you do it, the easier it gets. Jumping back to the first braid, once we get towards the front and I get to the closure, I finish my stitching off with 2 double knots and then I trim the thread. After the 2 rows were done, I doubled my weft so I could have more volume towards the middle of my head and towards the crown area to make it look more natural. The last weft you want to apply should be super close to your closure and on the second braid so it's not bulky on the hairline. This way you'll have a nice flat sew-in. I know you guys are probably wondering, like, how was she able to braid her hair and do her installation with nails? I want to let you guys know, doing my installations with nails takes me around 2 hours, and when I went to college I learned how to do my hair with nails, so it's pretty easy for me, and I just wanted to share that with you guys. If you all found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll catch you guys in my next video.